thanks a lot, John, for taking your time doing this interview for us.
Thanks for having me.
At Roskilde, what's your impression?
It's been my impression has been pretty cool. I mean, it says see the big orange stage. I haven't seen any other stages, and it's pretty cool back here. But, I basically got up at 6 today and walked back here, and now I'm doing this. So, I don't know. I don't have the luxury to be able to go out there and walk around and do that stuff. So, but it seems like it's a really cool festival, and kids are having a lot of good, having a good time out there.
What's the best thing with playing live?
Just playing live. It's just an amazing feeling to be up there in front of a whole bunch of people and doing what you love doing.
What would you say is the worst thing?
Being away from home, being away from family, stuff like that.
Well, is there anything that you bring on tour?
Pictures of my son. My wife's out with me, so that makes it a little bit easier. And just a telephone to call home.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good with the internet as well.
And the internet, yeah. I can email them and send pictures and stuff like that.
Exactly. How important is the visual experience when you play like this festival or Roskilde?
Corn's not been more about a big, huge visual experience, like a big light show or there's some video and stuff like that, but other than that, it's more about our live performance, about us rocking out and just getting across what we want to get across. It's more about us performing as musicians more than all the gags around us. So, and it's cool that way for us, It's not that much going on for people to get distracted by. It's just you got to basically concentrate on the music, and that's it. Yeah.
Now, would you say that a festival crowd differs from another crowd when you play other gigs?
Festival crowds are great because it's not all Korn fans out there. Whoever we're playing to, it's a array of different fans that have different musical tastes, and it gives us a chance to try and win some new fans over, or at least just that are open-minded and want to check out what we're about. So it's fun. Yeah.
And comparing the European audience to the American, would you say it's any different?
There's difference. It's the audiences here they go off, but I mean it's separate. It's different. They're both in their own ways go off in different ways. It seems like the States is more jaded towards music, but not. Our fans are really, really, really into us. People here are really more into music, not as jaded and go off more. But I'm not saying that to dog the American fans at all, because they go off just as great. It's just a different kind of vibe, I guess. Yeah. The vibe's a little bit more insane over here.
Have you been to a festival yourselves as a private person before you?
Yeah, I've been to a couple of festivals when I was here. In between, I went and saw. It was a drum and the tribal gathering, I think it was what it was called. And it was the first time Kraftwerk play. I was a huge Kraftwerk fan, and I got to see them play for the first time like 15 years. Yeah. So that was amazing.
Why did you like them?
Because they basically, without them, there would be no hip hop. They invented tons of loops and melody lines that have been copied over and over again in hip hop music. And they did something so new, and it was the early 70s. No one heard of electronic music back then. They were the pioneers of that. So I got to go pay my respects,
Yeah, they're not playing here this year, unfortunately. But are there any bands that you will get the chance to see, or that you would like to see?
I've seen all the bands I like to see. We've been doing the tour, touring of the whole festival thing, Bob, and I've seen a lot of bands. I mean, whenever I get a chance to, but I really never get a chance. I get off and I got to do this, and I got to get warmed up and do all my things, so I don't really have that time to see that many.
Do you listen to a lot of new music?
I'm not really that big of a music fan, to be honest with you. I live it and breathe it and create it, so when I'm in my spare time, that's the last thing I want to hear.
Yeah? Now, you play at so many places. You've been going on for many years and touring a lot, but is there a place that you still haven't visited that you would like to go to?
Yeah, I'd love to see, I'd love to go to the Czech Republic and play. I'd love to go to Russia and play. There's lots of places. I want to go to Alaska and play. I've never been there. Go to Hawaii and play. I've never been there. Been to China. We just got off doing a Southeast Asia tour, so I got to see a lot of great places there. South Africa would be a great place. There's all over. Yeah. Different places. I like to go see the whole entire world. I know it's a big world, but a small world. I want to go check it out.
And you will get the chance, and you've been on the road for many years. Many years. But do you like being on the road?
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love playing live, and I love making records, and this is what I do. So.
Do you have any annoying habits in the band?
No.
When you go on tour?
There's none. There can't be really many annoying habits within the band, or we wouldn't have been a band this long.
So there's no boss? Are you the boss of the band?
No. We try and, we're a democratic band. It's like we vote on everything. I mean, people spearhead thing, I pretty much try and get everything together and present it to the band and stuff like that. But when you start pulling leaders and this and that in a band situation, egos start getting involved. That's why bands break up. So the best thing to do is, like, I got 5 brothers. We're brothers. We're gonna fight, but you know, and we get through it.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I think, the secret of us being together so long. For one, we make great music together, and two is that we respect each other and
it's the charm of it.
Yeah, and don't kind of pull no power trips.
Yeah. So what about plans for the autumn? You're releasing a greatest hits album, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
I think it's coming out, hopefully. When you said it's a collection of 10 years of work and 6 albums, and we're gonna do a couple covers. Will be on it. We're still doing some. When we get home, we're gonna do a couple more. One that's gonna be on is "Brick in a Wall" from Pink Floyd. We did versions 1, 2, and 3 and made them one long song. You can hear that tonight.
Yeah.
And it's gonna. I think the whole thing's got like 22 songs on it. So long, greatest hits.
But is it hard to pick up the tracks, or what tracks do you want to have on it?
Yeah, it's hard. But we just picked all the singles from over the years, and it fit on there.
Now, there's also been rumors going around that you want to get out from your record deal. Is that true?
Yeah, we're out of our deal.
You are, okay.
We're no longer with Sony.
So why?
Because we're done, doing the record company thing. It's time for us to go out and do our own thing and put our records out the way we want to do them, and actually make money off selling records instead of giving it all to record companies.
But would you ever sign a 7-album deal again, or would you prefer now being
we're on
totally
our own.
independent?
We're independent. We can do that now, but we've paid our dues, and we thank Sony for giving us a chance to further our career and get us to where point we're at now. And now it's time for us to take over, and we're at a point where we can do this stuff ourselves and distribute the albums ourselves. So why have a record company?
So why didn't it happen earlier? Is it just that
it's
you
just
felt
because
that
the
it was
deal,
the right time?
it's a time, and this is the 7th album for Sony, and we're off.
Yeah. Now you have achieved almost everything being with Korn so far. So what's your next? What's going to happen in the future with Korn?
We're just going to keep doing what we do and doing what we love. We love to make music and tour, and that's all our plans, is to make music for our fans, go out and play for our fans, and do what we've been doing for the last 10 years, and keep trying to make new and exciting things, and it's fun. And the number one thing, we do this because we love it, and it's not a job to us, and that's why we love doing it.
Final question: best rock band ever?
Led Zeppelin.
Okay, that's all I got for you.